I don't really do idol makeup anymore because I'm just not really interested in doing it. But my other Monbebe friend, Sarmaine, keeps sending me pictures of Monsta X. Specifically either Wonho or Hyungwon. And lately Hyungwon has been like really... He's just really cute lately. And I really like his makeup, so I wanted to try it out. This isn't going to be a cover makeup. This is gonna be like half because maybe I'm gonna be recreating his lip shape, but it's not a cover makeup look because I obviously don't look like him. And also, if I had labeled this cover makeup, people would have been really, hey, you don't fucking look like him. I don't see it. There's a guy I follow that made a video where he was like trying to dress up like Jungkook, I think, and in the comments, because he like very like either it's his lip shape or like his nose that slightly looks like Jungkook. So in the comments, I was like, oh, you kind of look like Jungkook. The army came and they swooped in, and safe to say I had to turn off the notifications for that.
You smell like a bit of a sewer. You ever take a shower?
How about $2 or 50 cents? How about I pay you to show me a good time?
Gross.
Here's the reference photo that I have. I'm gonna start with lenses because I can't see.
Bitch, is you blind?
Y'all, I'm like low energy right now, but don't worry. Throughout the video, I'll get better because right now there's nobody in my house. So when I turned this camera on was the first time I spoke today. I only put toner on and my skin's feeling kind of dry, so I'm gonna use this Honey Milk Dual Care. It smells so damn good. It smells like honey. There's 2 scents in the world that I stan. Blueberry, like artificial blueberry, and honey. Oh, God. One of my favorite things in the world is toast. And when I was young, I would literally sit on top of the counter with a whole new loaf of bread and a jar of I can't believe it's not butter. And I would be slathering on that butter on each piece of toast and like eating it one by one. I would finish a whole loaf in one sitting. At the time, there was Ed, Edd and Eddy, and a lot of people kind of like, not really tease me, but they would like joke around, call me Double D because my name is Edward, but also they would call me Eddie because I was really into butter toast. Life stories with Edward. My queen, Lisa Eldridge. My queen, I can't even fucking say her name. Lisa Eldridge. She posted this video where the thumbnail is her like hugging an aloe vera leaf. And in it, she recommended this fresh Sugar Lip Wonder drops. Basically like an oil, but for your lips. And we all know I suffer from dry anus of the face. It's like an oil, but it's a lot more water. It's actually kind of like this. It's a lot more watery, so it absorbs quickly, but it feels like you had put an oil in your lips. And I've tried facial oil on my lips before and that works fine, but I guess because this is for the lips. It also tastes like sugar. So I feel like it's okay for my lips. Now my boy, that sounds so unnatural. My boy Hyungwon, our sister Hyungwon, that's more natural, is very pale. So to kind of give myself a sort of brighter skin tone, I'm gonna use this VDL color correcting primer in Serenity. It kind of actually gives you a cool undertone in a way if you kind of put it all over. So if you have more yellow skin, and you kind of want to either brighten up a little bit or your face looks a little bit uneven in certain areas, this is a good primer. And because it's a primer, it makes your foundation last a little bit longer, but it is a little bit dry outside, so I'm going to mix a little bit of Lively's Water Glow Balm. I'm going to use this flat foundation brush from Cheerpace, I think that's just what it's called. It's this brush shop in Hongdae that I found out it's like a family business, and they found out my Instagram and my YouTube, so whenever I go there, they're always like, oh my god, and they're really sweet, so they gave me all these brushes. But I'm thinking of doing some sort of thing with them, maybe even like a meet and greet slash brush class. This is SPF 32, so probably not good for flash photography.
That is correct. Bitch, is you blind?
Okay, so for foundation, I'm using this Butter Balm foundation. There's a palette right here at the top, and you slide it over. You have the foundation, concealer, a salve to kind of make it more dewy, a highlighter, and a contour. There is a brush that is sold separately. I'm gonna take a little bit of foundation. Even though I brightened up my skin tone, I'm not going to use a lighter foundation. I'm just going to still use a foundation that's the same color that I would normally use. It's just that the tone up primer will kind of brighten the skin tone before I put foundation, and it will be a more natural brightening effect rather than using tone up cream and then a lighter foundation. That just looks too much. I'm going to add a little bit of the concealer. If you just mix these two, it makes a kind of more matte foundation, but I feel like Hyungwon's skin always looks a little bit glossy, so I'm going to use some of the salve. And then I'm going to mix them. If you make something, you can actually store it in these two compartments. Actually, whatever I had on the spatula, that pretty much covered this whole part of my face, and I still have all this left. I forgot to mention these brushes. This isn't sponsored or anything, but these brushes are really, really cheap. But they have like animal hair brushes, which is really nice. I can never see his eyebrows because I always feel like they're covered by his long bangs, which, by the way, his hair is one of the gifts that God has bestowed upon us on this earth. Whenever he like, oh my god! And I'm not usually the type that cares for things like that, but honey, sweetie. Oh, here's a picture, but it's a very old picture.
You're not really fun, but you just can't.
Those are some bushy brows. I don't know, I'm gonna take a guess and just try to make thicky as possible.
That is not correct.
By the way, newsflash, what I heard from the rumor mill was that the reason Monsta X moved makeup shops was because their makeup artist from their shop before had moved to their new shop now. So I guess they were just following along. Now for the eye makeup, they kind of have been sporting this similar look for a while now, him and Wonho specifically. I think this one is a really cute basic sort of eye look that, I mean, this whole channel is basic, am I right?
Yes.
It's another reason why I don't really do K-pop idol makeup videos anymore, is because I just feel like nobody wears them, so. But this one I think is a cute look for a special occasion or a party. And then this is where I tell you that,
oh, you get into makeup, you can wear it whenever and whenever you want. And
I don't care about my haters, and if you want to fight me, then fight me.
for the base and the main color of the whole look, I'm going to use this sparkly shadow. Turn it this way, the shadow comes out. Basically this sort of champagne-y color. Wonho actually uses a color like this really often.
My dick fell off!
Like this. Really cute if maybe you have a deeper skin tone, but for this look I'm using this color. Something like that. Actually, let me be smart and just use a finger. I can use the same shadow underneath as well, but shadows like that kind of look a little bit crumbly under my under eyes, so I'm going to use a pencil in a very similar color. Now all I really have to do is shade kind of the outer part of the eyes to add, because that's really what I've noticed with their makeup is kind of just the point color over the lids and then just a darker shadow on the outer corner. I don't really see them in eyeliner. I kind of usually just see them with like a dark brown eyeshadow used as an eyeliner, so it's a lot softer. To shade my eyes, I'm going to use these colors. Like maybe these two right here. My eyes are really beady and small, so I need eyeliner, but I'm not going to use eyeliner. I'm going to use a brown eyeshadow with an angled brush. I just stamp it on the outer corner, so my eye looks a little bit more defined out here. Hyungwon has a very interesting nose. It's very like upturned, but it's very round at the end. He kind of looks like a
I don't even know what I was trying to say, so whatever, lol.
Usually I shade at the tip of the nose to make my nose a little bit higher, but that kind of ruin his nose. He has a very like round, like this part is very round on him, so I'm not gonna shade the bottom part of that. Again, this is not a cover makeup look, but
to be honest, I don't know what I was thinking because his nose is snatched as fuck and it's slimmer than mine, laughing my ass off. It's just the tip is quite round, so I'm just going to skip over this whole part, lol.
Now his nose is high, but again, it's more round. So instead of highlighting right here, this is my natural highlight right here. Actually, let me... Isn't that so weird? Mattifying my nose highlight. Huh? Who is she? And what has she done with Edward Avila? I'm gonna take a little bit of the highlight. Right where that natural highlight was, I wanna take it above that part. And this is gonna look really stupid on camera because technically my nose highlight is here, but his nose is more up here, and from the side it's gonna look really dumb. But please, believe in my skills. That I lack.
Yes.
I want to highlight my skin, but I feel like using a small brush like that with a highlight will make it too strong. So I'm going to use this brush from the Tool Lab. It's the number 103 Gentle Highlighter. And if you have a really strong highlighter like this, dual fiber bristles will pick up just a little bit. You can kind of gently rub it over the skin, so you get more of like a dewy look rather than this strong like, oh, blinding highlight.
Can't relate.
Really cute too if you have oily skin and you have to powder your whole face, but putting powder makes you look really dead. If you powder your whole face and use a brush like this with a really strong highlighter, you can kind of create the you can kind of get that dewy skin look, but without having to use like a liquid highlighter. Sorry, I forgot to mention this earlier. I'm taking this color. He often has this outer triangle shaded in, so yeah. And also I think I put a little, like this color here, I put it out too far. His eyes aren't really like sharp, they're more round, so I'm gonna buff powder foundation. Yeah, part. Okay, y'all, now time for the important part. He has the most beautiful lips I've ever seen. They're like really thick, really fat. I really like people that have that lip shape where it's like it has that point in the center of the lips. My lips could not be any farther from that shape, so I'm gonna kind of try to get a similar shape. I'm gonna take this kind of muted pinky beigey lipstick. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like a candle.
Wait a minute.
On the bottom, it's mostly in the center here. And then I'm going to take one of the Monster X tints, the really dark red one, with a small brush. I'm going to pat this on the center. On the top, just mostly here. and to create that iconic lip shape, try the eyeshadow I used earlier as my eyeliner. I'm gonna use it to enhance that kind of cat shape. So first the outer corners. And if you can see right here, it's kind of more fatty on the center. So to the sides of that, I'm gonna shade that.
The following day.
I feel like the year 17? Kang Daniel, ever since he debuted or showed up on Produce 101, earrings was like, it like became a thing for boys. I stopped wearing them just because I felt like they were just kind of becoming too much. But I bought some from Hewa, these stainless steel ones, because it took me a while to realize I have an allergy to like, you can't fake earrings. The earrings that are like cheaper quality, the ones that kind of spray paint the silver or gold, I need to wear stainless steel because my ears, like for the first year when I got my piercings, bitch, they were oozing, what was that pussy shit?
Watch your profanity.
Pus. And it had been like a year and my ears were still like, pus is coming out. I was just like, wow, this recovery time is quite extended. Another thing that Hyungwon has been wearing a lot lately is like neck things. And one of the things I appreciate about Hyungwon is his long neck. Because I hate my long neck, but he makes it look really cute. So he's been wearing a lot of like chokers and like neck accessories, especially to fan signs. Girl, I had to DIY this shit. I had to buy like this lacy fucking like wedding ass looking choker and like this really, like I could not find, usually I was trying to look for like a big flowery sort of thing, and in Gangnam Station they used to have a lot of that, and every time I would pass by I'd be like, bitch, who would wear that? Now that I need it, they don't have it.
No.
God, I even, like, this has been like a thing, like everyone has these now.
Welcome to Chili's.
When you like squeeze these, it kind of... yeah, there it is. Bye.